Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In this episode, there's just one more area that I do want to show off before we head over to Ganondorf's Castle. This is the Gerudo Training Ground. And so as long as we have our membership, yes Navi, we will get there when we get there. So let's talk to this Gerudo guard. So Gerudo's training ground, and so we need the membership card. So like basically after it's after you clear the Gerudo's fortress, and so we can just go in there for 10 rupees. Now, keep this in mind, this actually is some sort of a, kind of like mini dungeon, I guess you would say, well, except not really so much of a dungeon. But keep this in mind that this whole area here, this is entirely optional. And as a matter of fact, the prize that we're going to be getting is completely pointless, but we'll see what it is. If you can overcome the trials in the chambers ahead, then and only then will you be qualified to hold our secret treasure. Alright, so basically what they have there is that they have treasure, and so what they'll have you do is that they'll have you go through those trials. So for this one, to defeat all the enemies in a limited time. So basically it's like, some sort of a trial run that you can do, just like, making you do some certain tasks, like either killing some enemies or collecting those silver rupees just by going around. And so this one is under a 1 minute time limit, so I would probably recommend using the big rod sword against these Stalfos here. And if the time runs out, then you have to start all over. And then once you, once the trial is done, once you complete it, then you can actually proceed. Excuse me, sorry, proceed through. And so each time you actually go over with a small key, and so that way there you can actually, well, basically those small keys do is that they'll have you. All right, so for this one, gather the jewels of white while avoiding traps and danger. And so, by getting these small keys, there is a room up there that has a bunch of locked doors that leads you over to where that prize is. And so that's basically what where the small keys come into play. So each time you clear a trial, then the door will open up, and that way you're going to actually proceed onward. So this one, we had to collect these silver rupees, what they refer to as jewels of white under a time limit. And so the traps they have here, they have these firewalls, literal firewalls. There's also the boulders and also wall masters. Yeah, wall masters are in this room as well. So if you hear that shadow coming down, then yeah, you have to watch out for the wall master that will come down. So yeah, with the so that's basically the whole gist of the Gerudo Training Grounds. And like I said, it's entirely optional, and you really don't have to do this if you don't want to proceed with the quest, unless you want to do item completion. Because I will say this much now. As cool as the, well, literally cool, because, we'll probably see a little later. But as nice as the item may be, the item in question is completely pointless. Like, that kind of item is basically no requirement at all to actually beat this game, because, like, there's actually nothing going for it, for the item itself. So, I mean, like, if you want to get that item, by all means, but, it's completely pointless. It's a very useless item that we're going to be getting, but, because yeah, it's not really required at all. So because of that, this whole training ground is entirely optional. You don't really have to complete this one in order to beat the quest, but for the sake of doing this Let's Play, I'm gonna have to show it off anyway, so I might as well, right? So there we can just get that kind of set item just to see what it is. Without necessary items, you only, yeah, no, I couldn't read the rest. This one, as you can see right here, is a giant gray block. Oh shit, that's a big ass white wolfos. Yeah, I was just being one of those wolves here to proceed onwards, so you have to kill them first. And you see that silver block there? Yeah, you'll definitely need the silver gauntlets for this. So you'll have to get the one that's over in the Spirit Temple if you haven't done so already. Well, the first half of the Spirit Temple as young Link, so you just have to get that first. So just make sure you have the silver gauntlets with you. And there's also some of the chambers here that they're hidden, so you just use Lens of Truth, and then you can just go over this way, and then here's that switch right there. And I think this door over there leads to where that room is, where all the or actually no, I was mistaken. That was another. We're gonna get to that one later on. But yeah, that's basically what the whole thing with the Gerudo's Training Ground is in a nutshell. So yeah, I figured I'd just go and show off. This is actually going to be the last thing I do want to show off before we get to Ganondorf's Castle. One with silver hands shall move a giant block. So yeah, that's why we have the that's where the silver gauntlets come into play. So that's why we need those for this particular dungeon. I would say not really so much of a dungeon, just like in a optional kind of I don't know, mini dungeon or like some kind of a trial dungeon or something like that. And, oh yeah, 3 like, yeah, they just had to place, like, a 3 legs. Like, why? Why would they do that? And one's so close to us as well. So, so I guess you could probably say that, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a precursor to the shrines in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, because it kind of feels like that, but, well, maybe not so much, because they're really, like, bite-sized dungeons what they are. So yeah, I think after killing all three of those likes, then yeah, that's when the treasure chest will appear. So that's basically what the whole thing is, just like either collecting some silver rupees or killing all the enemies within a time limit, or actually in this case with likes, then there's not really a time limit. And this chest is invisible. Like all the other chests will contain either other items or rupees, but the invisible chest that you see there has the small key, so you want to make sure to pick that up as well. And so we're gonna be going back over to where the where that one room is. I actually went over there at one point. Actually, I took a good guess at where that hookshot target was, so I just went over there. Alright, so we have this big room right here that has this one statue. And also this is where Navi will turn green, so I think this is where you can actually play the Scarecrow song to get Pierre to pop up, because we're gonna be going up in there to probably as a shortcut, I would say. Alright, so past me will go ahead and jump down there. So yeah, this rotating platform. Blind the eyes of the statue. Alright, so this trial, or this part here, this section, you want to basically shoot those eyes with your bow and arrow, and just make sure it's like right at the pupil, like dead center, or just any kind of eye there is, and then they'll basically just turn red. And then once you do, then that next chest will just be there, and then there you go. As a matter of fact, I know one of the Gospel Stone was saying that that the price for the Gerudo Training Grounds is completely pointless. So yeah, that's basically what we're here for, just to get that kind of set item. But you know, just for a completion sake, and you know, since I did want to max out my item inventory, then you know, I might as well get that kind of item. But you know, like I said, it's very useless. Now, thankfully though, in Majora's Mask, they actually do bring back that kind of a set item, and they actually do make it pretty useful, because that item actually is required for you to progress onwards. But you know, more than that for that kind of let's play. All right, so I do believe I think yeah, down below on this grading, there's that room with all the locked doors, and that's actually where the small keys come into play. That's actually where that prize is. So we'll be getting to there. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a long video as I progress through those rooms. So yeah, because of all those rooms I have to go through, and I think this next one is all right. Find a secret passage in this room. So there's actually one particular passage, like going through those like going through this room here with all these totem poles where you can use a Megaton hammer, and there's also all these fire-based enemies like the torch slugs and the fire keys. So. You want to make sure to kill those enemies first before you proceed onwards, because that way there they can actually try to give you a miserable time. Especially those fire keys, because, you know, I've always hated those things. And this door will come up next, and I think... Oh yeah, there's that. I say that treasure chest. I saw those little sparkles that appear. That made the treasure chest show itself. So what we're gonna do first is that we're gonna want to find the that one secret passage, and it's gonna be in that one statue, that's smiling statue, that's very creepy. Kind of like it's laughing at us for no reason. It's creepy as shit, I gotta say. And so we press that switch, and so this ring of fire will disappear, and so we have another small key. Alright, so we shall proceed onwards. I think that's the door that just opened that we'll just come over to. Cross the Sea of Fire. And so for this one, we have to collect these silver rupees. This one I kind of fuck over, because like I was actually going over to the room, and it takes me over to the next room. I think that's where those small keys are. Now for this one, you can actually use the hover boots to get across if you actually just want to, you know, not take any risk, since these platforms are very far apart. Just be very careful with the hover boots though as you go across, because you know, they really do have piss poor traction. And this one, I believe, this is where you can actually play the Song of Time, I believe. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's supposed to be a time block that you can actually make appear. So you just play the Song of Time to get those, and then that way there you got some extra footing. And yeah, this part I actually kind of fuck up on though because well, you can see there's actually a little small key that's right here. Actually, collect that. Look at that 2D as shit small key that's right there. And so I think what I do is that I don't know what past me does. I thought I was supposed to. I thought I was actually going to go through that corridor that's over there. I think that's what. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm about to do now. So if you go through this corridor, then that's actually where the yeah, this is actually the room where the prize is, and you can see all those small keys. If you desire to acquire our hidden treasure, you must strive to obtain the keys hidden in each chamber. And the text box is going way too slow here because, yeah, this game is really short. Yeah, look a lot slow down here. Yeah, this is where we get the bomb shoes. Yeah, there's a bunch of slowdown because this game is really chugging a shit somehow. Alright, so we're back in, yeah, going back over to the room. Yeah, for some reason, I went over through this corridor, and you know, the silver rupees just went and reset themselves, and so I had to collect them all over again. And I also fucked up a couple times because I was trying to get that, yeah, see, yeah, because Link couldn't automatically climb to where that, that time block was, then he just fell over, because I was trying to climb to that time block, but then he just fell over after the hover boots wore off, so I had to start this whole thing all over again because, well, you know, if you leave the room or actually go through the corridor, then those silver rupees will actually reset themselves, and so you have to collect them all over again. But yeah, this is actually where things get a little bit tricky because I kind of fucked over with having to collect those silver rupees. And after pressing the switch, then the Ring of Fire will actually will disable itself, and you want to hurry and get over there before the Ring of Fire comes back up. But yeah, like I said, you really want to be careful with those hover boots because of their piss poor traction. And if I can get this last one, there we go. Now we got that one, and so hopefully I should be able to. Okay, good. Because like, I don't know if I ever screwed this one over, but yeah, at least I made it this time though. Because all right, so collect the underwater gems. Because if I actually fucked this one over, then I would have to edit it though, and I saw my timeline on my on Adobe Premiere that I didn't really cut things off here, or just make it editing. So I was worried that I would somehow just have to show it off all over again, because you know, I just didn't want this video to drag on. So anyway, this room here, so this one says to collect the underwater gems, so this will be all underwater. So this is where we're going to be using the Iron Boots and also the Zora Tunic. So we haven't really used those since the, you know, that one dungeon that we don't ever want to talk about. Yeah, I know, the Water Temple. So at least it's just this one little room that we have here at all. It's just like collecting the silver rupees and all the rest. And also the shell blades are back, so you want to get those guys out of the way so that way they won't give you won't give you a miserable time. Except they kind of do for me though, because I was trying to like I was trying to use my hook shot, and like I don't know why, like even though the shell blade had opened up its weak point or its muscle in there, like for some reason it just reflected off as if I was hitting the shell, because like I could have sworn that I hit the muscle in there, but it didn't even register. It acted as if I was still hitting the shell. So, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was some kind of a bug or like an early version bug or something like that. Because I know the earlier cartridge versions had a bit of had some bugs, and I think by version 1.2 they fixed most of the bugs. So, I think that's what it must be. Because like, you know, because I wait till the shell opened up, so that way there I could expose its weak point, and then just hit it like that. But it still acted like the game acted as if I hit the shell and not the muscle, even though I literally did collect the muscle itself, or hit the muscle. So yeah, like I said, it might have been some sort of bug that that I came across. So I don't know why it was like that, because that really what it must be. Because all my other playthroughs, I was able to do it just fine. So. Yeah, like I said, I am playing on one of the early version cartridges that had the you know, that had the blood and all that, and also the chance in the Fire Temple. So so yeah, that must be what it is. Anyway, other than that though, then this shouldn't be too bad, because I usually find the trials where they have you collect the silver rupees to be easy at the very least, because you know it's just you collecting those silver rupees. And so that was the last one, and so that should have the chest. And I think if I remember correctly, there should be about 9 keys to collect in in these trial dungeons. Because I think you do need at least 9 keys to, or at least 7 keys to get to this, or get through the room or through all the locked doors to get the prize. But I think I went ahead and collected all the 9 keys anyway. So, anyways, I think judging by how close we are to the end of the video, then we should be just about almost done with this here. So, I'm actually kind of surprised that despite this being some kind of lava-filled room, it actually isn't really too hot for lanes to get through because it's where it doesn't really require the Goron tunic. Because I know we use the Zord tunic for the underwater section, but for this one, even though it's filled with lava, that we didn't really need the Goron tunic for this one. Because I guess somehow it's not really all that hot enough somehow. Alright, I do believe this is the last room here. Defeat all the enemies in a limited time. So yeah, this last room will just have to defeat enemies. And also, we have a new enemy up ahead. It looks like a variation of the Lizalfos that we killed before. These guys right here. These are the Dinalfos. Use your shield and fight with Z targeting techniques. So, so they're very much the same as the Lizalfos. You know, same kind of voice grunts. Except that, unlike the Lizalfos, they actually don't take turns fighting, though. They're a little more aggressive than the Lizalfos, where they'll actually just, like, full frontal assault at you. Rather than that, though, it's just like just having to kill those Lizalfos, and they also have a higher attack as well, because you can see with their swords. Because those Lizalfos look like they were holding butter knives or something like that. They're these small daggers, but or for what they look like. But these Dinalfos, they use actual swords, so they have higher attack like that, and so they're a little more aggressive because of it. That's basically what they are. You'll actually encounter those enemies over in Gan's castle, but we actually just encountered those prematurely though, so I can just show this off. And so now we have all 8 of those keys. So yeah, like I said, I think you do need about 7 keys to get through there, and so you'll get to the prize. So so now we have pretty much every single key that we absolutely needed. Then now that should be enough to get to that prize. Now there's actually this little hidden room that's up in the ceiling, so we can just get up there. I think there's like one more key that's up there, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll just see here. Yeah, that's another small key. So yeah, I was actually right the first time. Yeah, there are actually a total of 9 keys in the Gerudo Training Grounds, but I think we only really need 7 though to get to the prize. So so yeah, that's actually where that last key is if you're actually missing one. So if, in case they ever need to find out where they are. Now for the rest of those chests, you don't really have to pick up though. It only contains like either arrows or rubies and all that stuff. So they're really like optional chests, so you don't really have to worry about those. So we're really going after the that big chest is over there where the prize is. So we definitely have like more than enough of those small keys to get through, and so that way there we can actually get to the get to that chest that's there. So I think it should be just about a couple more doors, and then I think we should be just about done and over with. And there we go. There's that big chest, and so let's go ahead and get that prize. Alright, so let's see what kind of prize it is. Like I said, it's going to be a pointless one, and yep, more slowdown for this game here. And so we have a blue rock candy. It's a blueberry, is it? No, it's actually the ice arrow, so it'll be powerful. Your target will freeze. This arrow magic is granted only to those who complete the difficult training of the Gerudo, so use it with pride. Alright, so yes, now we have the ice arrow, so that's all 3 of the elemental arrows, and so that we have full arsenal. So our item inventory is complete. So yeah, like I said, these ice arrows, they're, if you use those, then you'll actually freeze your enemies in ice. And you can also use those to create ice platforms on the water. I think that's what they do in this game, but I'm not entirely sure if they do that, because I know they do that in Majora's Mask. But yeah, you can actually freeze your enemies in place with those. And yeah, like I said, it costs magic for those, so you might want, so try to be careful, just you know, conserve your magic if you ever want to. But like I said, though, the only unfortunate thing is that these ice arrows are completely useless. So, these ice arrows, we never really use them at all to progress through this game. And not to mention, though, these ice arrows are only acquired at the towards the end of the game, because you know we're getting close to the end of the game anyway. So, they're only acquired like, you know, by the after the penultimate dungeon. So. Like I said, they are completely optional. They're completely useless, and we never really get to use them at all. So yeah, it's never really a requirement. So that's why the Gerudo Training Grounds are completely optional and rather pointless, I would say. So, you know, but you know, just for the sake of this let's play, I figure I would just go and show that off. So yeah, that was the Gerudo Training Grounds. So anyways, so I do believe that should be it for this video. And so next time on Let's Play Ocarina of Time, we are going to once and for all raid Ganon's castle and save Zelda. We're almost done, folks. We're at the home stretch. So I will see you guys then.